Let's turn now to Einar Tangen. He is a political and economic affairs commentator and joins us now from Beijing. Good morning, Einar.
Good morning, Gerald.
So, last week it was AUKUS, this week the Quad. Now, neither, though, have mentioned China explicitly, although that really has become the pink elephant in the room. Could you please talk about the China factor driving these forums?
Well, it's really about politics over statesmanship. A leader often reflects what they know best. And, Biden is a politician. He likes to be in the room with other people. He likes to see what's on the table, what he can get, how he can push, things like that. But there's no strategic end, unfortunately. So what you have here is these assembly of different groups, both AUKUS and the Quad. It's not clear what they're going to serve other than as a muscle flexing exercise against China. They want to show that they can get groups of countries who are opposed to China. They mutter these words about democracies, free and open Indo-Pacific, but these are all just, as was put by Sean Caleb, these are just ways of saying we're concerned about China.
Muscle flexing, what a good way to put it. Because the Quad, of course, does not position itself as a security alliance, and yet China has warned previously it could be the new NATO in the region. So what are your thoughts? Is the Quad acting basically like the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing then?
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, India likes it because of the border dispute. Japan likes it because they think it gives them added, pressure on China in terms of disputes over islands. Australia, that's really difficult to understand. They're really going against their own interest. But, Australia has had a proclivity to follow the U.S. since World War II. There's a strong emotional bond. For the U.S., it's simply about maintaining hegemony. But there's something very troubling about this. What you have is India, nuclear power. That's on one side. And then you have Australia to the south acquiring these nuclear submarines. Now, the issue with these submarines is they're probably going to be this Virginia-class submarine, which can be outfitted within hours. With nuclear-tipped Tomahawk missiles. Then, if Australia has them, and Japan might say, well, why don't we have them? And then you could also have South Korea, although that would bring up tensions with North Korea. But the issue is now the U.S. seems to be creating a proxy line, a line of countries, first surrounding China with nuclear capabilities, literally within hours. And it seems to be using them as, I agree, as a group of pawns to pressure China, basically just to keep China contained. There's really no strategy. If this was such an important meeting, why was the only thing that they could come up with was a fellowship program? I mean, there's climate change. Everyone says that's important. But neither India has not identified how it's going to deal with it, nor do they have the money to do it. And Australia has just said blatantly, we don't care. We're going to continue selling coal. No comment about that. So when you start seeing, why is it that four major leaders got together for 2 hours in an in-person interview during the midst of COVID-19? What did they accomplish? And you come back to this muscle flexing.